2019 is the year of Lizzo. From garnering a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 with Truth Hurts, to snagging a part in the buzzworthy film Hustlers.
She literally redefines pop music just by the virtue of her very existence.
There are no rules for this breakout artist. The Hollywood Reporter and Billboard News are taking you inside her standout 2019 and breaking down how she put her charming stamp on the music industry. This is Lizzo in the Spotlight. Born in Detroit, Michigan, Melissa Jefferson set out on her journey early on, learning how to play the flute at just 12 years old. Getting serious about her career, she started collaborating with different indie groups and perfecting her distinct sound in the studio, before finally moving to Los Angeles. Her hard work finally paid off when she signed to Atlantic Records, which finally put her on the map.
The first time I heard about Lizzo was from one of the marketing executives at Atlantic Records, so this is probably like 2016. Her voice just struck me. It was big. I'd never heard of her before.
The first time I heard about Lizzo was about a year ago, and it was on Twitter. I just saw this video of somebody playing the flute like I've never seen anyone play the flute before. She was kind of like sexy and badass, and she was just a big, beautiful black woman rocking the hell out of a flute. I was like, who is that?
My first experience with Lizzo was at a strip club here in Hollywood, off La Brea. I'd never been to an album listening party at a strip club hosted by a female musician. Ever. So I was game, had the time of my life.
While the ambitious singer began emerging on the scene, she was no overnight success. Her sleeper hit Truth Hurts took nearly 2 years to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
But I think people actually may not realize she has a fairly sizable catalog of work behind her that has led her to this moment, and now people are just starting to discover the rest of her music.
I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
So Lizzo's Truth Hurts, which has actually been around for a few years, was in Netflix's Someone Great back in April. The week after people saw the song in the film, it had a huge jump in on-demand streams in the United States, more than 350% in just a single week. So suddenly everyone was like, who's this Lizzo lady?
Help you with your career, just a little.
Sometimes that can be super instrumental. I mean, you think of certain TV shows like Grey's Anatomy or The OC back in the day that really made the name for certain artists like The Fray or like Phantom Planet for The OC or all those CW shows. It can really make an emerging artist's career because you're associating their song with the emotion of the storyline. It's like a free music video.
All those things that she talks about and she writes about in her song, I've experienced every one of those.
It's something everybody has to go through in terms of breakups, and you never think you're gonna go through it, and then you help other friends through it, and then you turn around and you find yourself going through it.
In April, she received critically acclaimed reviews after 'Cause I Love You dropped. The cutting-edge album fused pop with R&B and hip-hop.
Slow songs, they for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this, here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo.
She's blurring genres. She's blurring the lines between what is supposed to be pop or what is hip-hop or what is whatever.
She's great for the music industry because music should be all about innovation while reflecting on classic sounds that have come before.
People still think R&B is just straight up big voice singers like Aretha and Ledisi and people like that, when R&B is a lot of colors. Lizzo shows that on her album as well. Record labels are having to step back now and say, let's see what the fans want.
All those things add up to like this incredible perfect package of, you know, a pop star right now. And that's what Lizzo is doing.
Lizzo in 2019 is changing the music industry, breaking the mold and thriving on her own terms.
She's not sort of the cookie cutter, sort of svelte pop star that people think that you have to be in the music industry. And I think people really love that. I think people love to see someone that looks like them, that talks like them, that is speaking to them.
I think it's important to showcase women that look like her, that look like me, that look like everyone else.
No shade on the established pop stars, but you know, certainly Lizzo has a different body shape than the Taylors or the Arianas or the Katies that we have.
We're all not models, we're all not Giselles and the Naomi Campbells of the world.
Someone like me resonates with someone that looks like her because we're not a size 2. but we're super talented and we're passionate about music.
She is also kind of redefining pop stardom, both in terms of her race, her body type, in terms of also her versatility, because she's not just an amazing belter with these huge vocals, and she's a songwriter, she's a rapper, and she's a flautist. That combination just has not existed before, at least not in commercial pop. She literally redefines pop music just by the virtue of her very existence.
The star is now taking her bold persona to the big screen with Hustlers, starring alongside Jennifer Lopez, Constance Wu, and Keke Palmer.
Lizzo is hilarious in Hustlers. Her part isn't huge. She and Cardi B are kind of in the front part of the movie, but they really make a big impact with their screen time. She's sort of playing a version of herself. Her outfits are not unlike the real Lizzo's stage outfits, quite revealing, but she's bold and campy, and I think that this was exactly the right kind of role for her to make sort of one of her first screen impressions. I definitely could see her being somebody who crosses both the film as well as the music world.
Jennifer Lopez recently opened up to The Hollywood Reporter at the Toronto Film Festival, revealing how the cast members brought their characters to life.
That's what these women were. They were really tough. They were daring. They pushed the envelope.
And while she's making her debut on the big screen, she could be making an even bigger debut on music's biggest night.
We've got Grammy nominations coming up, and it feels like she could be a contender in a lot of major categories, probably lots of nominations. Will she be in all of the top 4 categories? I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be a great year for Lizzo at the Grammy Awards.
I see her having a chance in all the R&B categories. I think she transcends that, fusing the different genres. I wouldn't be surprised at perhaps maybe an album of the year.
Lizzo's empowering anthems and catchy hooks show no signs of stopping thanks to her massive year. As far as what lies ahead for this pop diva, it's only the beginning of her journey towards becoming an icon.
For the next chapter for Lizzo, I just want her to keep exploring. I want her to stay her authentic self. Just let her keep growing organically the way she popped on the scene. And very rarely now do I use the word career artist, but I think she has a chance to be a career artist.
I think Lizzo could very well go down in history as being someday one of those like iconic divas. She's already on a first name basis, but becomes a household name for real.
I just think the possibilities are endless for her, because she's that bitch. 100% that bitch.
And this is 100% in the spotlight for The Hollywood Reporter and Billboard News.